What's up everyone? Welcome back. So in this video we want to show you how to get the rear wheel off of the Ariel Rider X-Class, and then we're also going to replace the tire. As you can see, we already replaced the front tire and we're going to do the rear one, which is much harder to do, and that's the one that people are interested in seeing how it's done. So we've got some Kenda Crusades. There's the old tire. These are a little heavier, definitely thicker, so we feel more confident with these, not only with the thickness but also the tread is much better. So these are definitely all-terrain. And we've got some tire liners as well, which are a pain in the butt to get in, but they're necessary. And we've got our tools here, and then we're going to need a couple other tools like a bigger socket, but we've got our tire levers, we've got a tire valve tool. I use this to get the zip tie off of the motor cable, which I already did. You guys already saw me do the tires on my bike, and that wasn't that difficult, and I just wanted you to see that somebody else that's never done it can do it as well. You don't have to take it to a bike shop or buy any equipment, but if that makes it easier for you, then I understand that. We're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna get the rear wheel off, we're gonna take the caliper off, and then we're gonna get these bolts off. We're gonna unplug the motor here, and then we should be able to drop this down. Lisa's gonna help me to get the wheel off. It's a little easier with two people, especially trying to maneuver the chain to get it up and around and over so you can get the wheel out. So let's go ahead and get started. Our buddy Mike is here. He came over to ride. He offered to help, but we want to do this because he's done it before. And again, we want you to see that somebody that's new to this can replace these tires. It's not that difficult. So once we get these tires on, Mike's going to be nice enough to break them in for us. We're going to ride over to a nearby field and mess with the drone sitting over there on the table. So yeah, we have a drone now, which should be fun. It's not one that follows you, which would be cool, but it is one that's really small and doesn't require you to register it. The DJI Mini 2. So it should be fun. I've never flown a drone. I did it last night inside and immediately hit the wall and had to replace a couple rotors. They weren't damaged, but they kind of shaved down a little bit. Probably shouldn't loosen that all the way. All right, so we're gonna get the motor unplugged here. There we go. And it's a really good idea to take the caliper off because it makes it much easier to do this job. You want to watch from over this side? Or maybe like from this side or something. There we go. Well, that's cool how I can hook onto the bike peg like that. So you can just hang there. Well, actually it doesn't have to hang. Alright, so I'll get the tire loose. I always say tire. I'll get the wheel loose. And you can kind of hold it up while I get the chain maneuvered around. So yeah, I'm gonna do the wheel yaw, and then Lisa's gonna do the tire because I've already done a tire, and she helped with the tire last night, but she's never done the rear wheel, so I did that part, and then she's gonna do the other part, and hopefully some of you are able to do it yourself as well. All right, hold it up on this side. This one's already loose. Should be much easier to spin this. The other side spins freely.
You don't have to hold the other side.
I'm trying to hold it. Yeah, if you can't get your wheel off, I've seen people just hit the side of the tire and it helps. Let's see if that works. So that right side is loose. And the left side is loose.
Wait, what's this piece? This needs
Oh
to
yeah,
come
yeah,
off.
that's right. I forgot about that piece. Good call. I was about to fuck shit up. So yeah, this little piece is important because it goes over the axle and bolts to the trailing arm. Man, that should come off much easier. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of stripped from. I mean, this rear wheel's never been off. That's not cool. Yeah, this little piece is important because it helps you kind of keep the wheel up and attach the trailing arm before you even attach the main nuts. So we'll set that aside there. All right, you can come around this side. I'll get the chain off. All right, you can lower it a little. All right, how did I do this? So you kind of want to push the derailleur all the way down and then more until you can get the chain off of the middle sprocket, and then you can get it off of the main sprockets here, the cassette. And then I believe now we can just lift up on the bike and the wheel should slide out. So that was the sound of the chain hitting something. Alright. Alright, so that wasn't too difficult, as you guys saw. Might as well take advantage of this and clean up underneath the bike, but we'll get to that later. Alright, so to actually change out the tire, we just have like a crate here where it's big enough to fit the rotor inside of when we flip it upside down, but it's also small enough where the actual wheel rests on the corners. Alright, so Lisa's gonna let air out of the tire now. Let's get the motor cable out of the way. So don't do what I did in the last video, y'all, and just use like a screwdriver. Somebody made a good call and suggested I use the right tool, so this is like literally $2 on Amazon. And it comes with extra valves, so it's worth it. Alright, so while she does that, I'm gonna cut the tire liners. So this is just essentially a layer that you put inside of the tire, and it's pretty puncture proof. I mean, we definitely tried it out yesterday and poked a hole through one of these strips with scissors, but we kind of had to press pretty hard, so I believe they do help.
Combination of materials.
Yeah, so we know how long the other one is based off of how much we cut off. Cut it right here. I'll cut it just a little longer again to be safe. Unfortunately, there's not enough left over to do anything. Maybe a kid's bike. Get a bike for Rusty. So when you guys put this in, y'all, you want to put it in with this side facing outside of the tire. It's also the way that it rolls, so that makes it a little easier to know. This tire opened up a lot overnight. It's not all flat now. It's way easier to put this in. So much easier to use. Yeah, it's good. I think this tire will be a little easier than the other. So these are Kenda Crusade Sports. I don't know if that means these don't have the quote-unquote puncture-proof layer. So just to be safe, we're putting some tire liners in. It should be good once we put the inner tube in.
Okay.
That'll hold it in. All right. Just watch out around the tube.
Oh.
I mean, around the valve, sorry. All right, so I guess if you're gonna go this way, you can start with the valve at your 5 o'clock, and then you can work clockwise. So this is the secret weapon here, you guys. Soapy water. Literally, that's all you really need to make this so much easier, and not have to spend extra money on extra equipment or super long tire levers. You don't need that stuff. Like, you see how short these are. These are the ones that I've used on 3 tires now, and they work great. You just gotta use both sides of them.
So you want to see what it is?
Yeah, so the way these work is the flat hook part
What is this
goes
called?
a tire lever. These are tire levers. So the flat hook part of the tire lever goes under the lip of the tire, and then you want to flip it up and over just like that. Obviously that's not enough to get anything off, but the way you use these is you put them about 1.5 inches apart. So if you want to put yours in about the same distance.
Go physics. You have to say that sometime.
Go physics. All right, and then I'll start with here. I'll start with the right one and start flipping them up one at a time. Let's make sure this bead is down. That gives us more.
Yeah, I can do it, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna switch sides.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it all by myself.
All right.
Maybe. No, never mind. I can't help.
Here. Go ahead and do those. It's actually better because I can push the tire down. Good. Ready?
So pull it up a little bit.
Yeah, we want to pull up, and that makes it much easier to get it over the lip. So she's got 2 down, got 1, I've got the 3rd, and then the 4th, and look at that, it's off. And then y'all, use the other side. This isn't to hook it and hang it on anything. This is literally to get the rest of the tire off. So go ahead. You hook it up under the bead, and you just go around. And look at that. That was pretty easy. If you guys agree, let us know in the comments. Let us know if you tried it as well. But I think that was pretty damn easy. You can do it with 1 person because I've done it, but it's definitely easier with 2. Let's get the tube out. Let's get the valve out.
All right.
All right. We got the tube out.
Yesterday we did the same thing on the other side. And then he's.
Oh, true.
Showing it out.
We're gonna pop the bead on the other side. I think it's still got enough soap. It's really not. The tires, the tube is out as well, so it should come out pretty easy.
Where's the tube's going?
So once we get this up and over, then it'll be easier to get the wheel out, y'all.
I don't know.
Should be.
That one in there.
And look at this thing, y'all. It's like 3-4 inches long. It's plastic and it works great.
Simple tools.
Alright, now we can get the tire out. Go ahead. This part's satisfying. Here you go. It's a little heavier than the other. And that's it. So now we're gonna carefully place it into this one. So what we want to do is fill the tube up just a little more with some air, and that'll make it easier to hold the tire liner in place before we slip the wheel on. That's good. That's good. Alright. Yeah, this one seems so much easier. Well, I get the tube in. So the ends should meet right in the middle in front of you. This is probably the biggest pain in the butt part, everyone. And then another thing to take in point here is the direction of the tire, because they are directional. Alright, let's get the tube in. How does it feel? It feels
it's
much
gonna
more
need
centered than
adjustment.
yesterday.
But yeah.
So once you have the tube in, you pretty much just want to go around the, what is it, circumference?
Yeah.
The tire. Make sure the liner is centered, so it's covering the inside of the width of the tread and not the sidewalls. It's just so much easier after sitting overnight. The tire just unflattened itself. Yeah, it feels good. All right, everyone, so we have the, oh man, it scratched, it sucks. So we have the tire liner in, we have the inner tube in, and we've got the tire sitting in the right direction. So these are directional, so spinning counterclockwise, you can see the little directional arrow here. It says direction in an arrow. So you wanna make sure you put the wheel in correctly. So in this case, you want the brake up. And start with the valve. You want to help me on that side? Alright, so we have the valve in, and we can flip it over and get that other side on first. I was going to use the tire lever, but you muscled it. Nice. So one side is in, get the other side in. Lisa's got the technique down, but we should use some water. It'll help. You almost got it.
Okay.
Alright, so now we are going to fill the tire up. Ready? I don't think that looked very difficult, y'all. The way we're gonna edit it.
Sweat a little bit, but that's okay.
No, it really isn't that hard. There's a little bit of pain in the butt parts if you've never done it, like we really haven't, but we did it. Yep. Right.
Now to put it back.
Those are good looking tires. Yep, so now we're gonna stick the wheel back into the bike. And then we're gonna go have some fun on the bike. This needs to face a certain way. So the easiest way to tell is the cable for the motor going forward. And that way this slotted bolt can fit into there. And more importantly, this little guard will line up with its hole. All right, yeah, can you keep holding the bike up?
Bike?
Yep. All right, go down slowly so we can see we have both sides in. That side is looking good. This side needs to go up and in some more. Oops. Sorry.
Got a better angle on it. It's not lined up.
This side just doesn't want to go in. This side's not in all the way. That side can't be even. Lift the bike up real quick. I think I just gotta turn this. Nope, that's fixed. If it turns, it turns. Nope, it's not in yet. No, not yet. There we go. Yeah, they just have to be perfectly aligned, y'all, or it ain't happening. So while she tightens that side, I'm gonna put the derailleur guard on and bolt up this right side. Always remember to put your washers on.
Am I recording?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know how he talks through the whole thing. It's a good skill. Everybody seems to be having though.
The thing's stripped, man.
Any idea how you can get that off totally?
Rubbing on.
Thank you. I just bought these. I wasn't thinking brand new tires still had some good stuff on it.
All right. Now we just get the calipers back on and I think we're good.
Do you have the X-Class plan?
No, I'm kidding.
Or you have nobody has that?
No one has it yet.
Okay.
I'm getting one today. I think I might be able to get it.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's one thing that I didn't like about the S1. It was too slow. Like I would hop out of it from the door.
That's not perfect for me.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right, reattach the motor, zip tie it, we're good.
I think you hear the brake rubbing, so you should be.
Yeah, when I did my tires, the brakes sounded so much better after I did them.
Oh yeah.
Just taking the wheel on and off, I guess. Reseated some stuff.
Yeah, with my S1, I would reseat the brakes pretty much once a month. because it would, just by riding it, get kind of a little bit out of the line. Never hurts to check your bike over before going out on a ride.
Alright, let's get it down.
Nice setup for working on your bike.
Yeah, it's convenient. Good to have those notches on the seats. Alright, let's make sure these are good. I snugged them, I didn't tighten them. So you want to try to tighten the nut, but keep the derailleur guard as vertical as possible. So that's it, y'all. Both tires are on. You guys saw I could do it before. You guys saw Lisa can do it. You guys can do it. Get some chairs and a damn broom, some tools, save some money, help out your friends, help out your family, anybody with a bike. But yeah, minimum tools, soapy water is the key again, and thanks for watching, y'all.